Hi there, it's Kevin, and here today to continue with our series Jane and I are making in regard to anxiety and depression and management of these conditions. Today I'm going to continue the discussion on anxiety, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about awareness of anxiety and identifying yourself, exactly what anxiety is. As I mentioned in past videos, you may be well aware of the fact that you're experiencing anxiety. You've had it for a long, long time. You know exactly what that feels like, what it feels like physically, mentally, emotionally. But for those of you that are a little bit unclear, not sure what you're experiencing could be anxiety, I wanted to ask you this week to look at signs and symptoms of your daily functioning, how you're feeling every day in certain situations, whether you be by yourself, around other people, different environments, at work, at home, whatever it might be, from the point that you wake up till you go to sleep at night, what you're experiencing as it relates to the possibility of it being anxiety. Now, typically, people with anxiety know it's anxiety because their heart is beating faster, their thoughts are racing through their head, they're feeling what is typically described as an adrenaline type response. And when that happens, there's a sense of panic typically, especially early on when you have no idea why your body is responding, reacting in a particular situation that really doesn't account for the physical and other responses that your body is putting forward. So when you look at these experiences that you're having every day and you find yourself a little anxious, you find yourself sort of amped up, you think that you're having an adrenaline type response to something, I want you to really, as much as you can in the moment, take that experience in so when it passes, you can describe it very accurately. Now, whether it helps to write that down, to be able to reflect on exactly what you believe was happening with your body and your mind is important if you're going to understand what anxiety is. It's not unlike any other problem, anxiety, in knowing your problem, your enemy, if you will. You need to know exactly what to describe your own anxiety as if you're going to have any chance whatsoever of being able to deal with it in the future. So for everybody, the signs and symptoms are going to be a little bit different, but generally speaking, it's going to be an amped up feeling of feeling tense, uncomfortable, of feeling like you want to be able to leave the room, that you want to be able to get rid of this feeling of doom and gloom, and as I said earlier, a general feeling of panic. So if you're having these experiences, you're having these signs and symptoms, I would ask you this week to be able to note the exact descriptive qualities of these signs and symptoms. As I said, write them down, so that might help you to understand different patterns, time of day, frequency, etc., that you're having these signs and symptoms. And after a few days or a week of doing that, you can get a real good sense of what it is that you're experiencing. And at that time, decide for yourself. This is 100% officially what I would call anxiety. And at that time, you'll be opening another door to be able to start managing that condition better, because once you know what you're dealing with, you can move forward much faster in managing the anxiety. The longer you fight something like this, and you make excuses for it, minimize it, attribute it to something external, the environment, oh, it's nothing, I'm not going to worry about it. The worse it gets typically with anxiety. It's not until you really embrace it and really try to just accept it as part of who you are, whether it's something that you've come by honestly, genetically, learned behavior from growing up, trauma, a million different reasons why you may have the anxiety. But the important thing is to know what you're dealing with, so you can effectively manage it. So that's it for today. Hope it helps. Again, you can contact us at www.mybrain.com, mybrain.com, and or shoot us a message on our blog, Instagram, and hopefully we can answer any questions you might have. Okay, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week.